Alright, this is a how-to for the lights and the sound system, everything you need to know on the stage at Carter Lawrence. Microphone stand that I have here has the gooseneck, makes it a lot easier for people to adjust it. I leave it up here most of the time. The microphone I leave up here is the one with the on-off switch. That really helps because people just flip it from here and just set it right here. The sound system has a power cord and the system cord. They are both stored in the back of the unit. I kind of wind the power here, and this is the cable that goes to the wall. If this isn't attached, you can have the system on, you can see all the bells and whistles, but it won't be going through the speakers in the cafeteria. Ta-da, no sound. I usually have a cable or two stored back here, this microphone cable, and there is a panel for other things to be attached electricity-wise. If you're going to be doing a presentation with a computer, you're going to want to hook into this. This cord is in here all the time. When it's not hanging out, it's stored in the box in the front of the unit. Of course, you have your screen up and down, and the remote is next to that, and it's a good idea to keep that stored up there. It's got Velcro, fits right up there. That way it won't get lost. We have different sets of lights up here on the stage. That regular switch is to the regular stage lights. It's not the main powered lights. These are all dimmer switches, and they operate the actual hot stage lights. That's just a house stage light for the stage area. And those are usually on except when we're doing the presentation. I love the fact that you've got the ability to dim those. And they control this panel of lights and these two panels. Each one of these light bulbs, it's 350 watts. So they're hot and they use a lot of electricity. Let's go around the front of this unit. This does have a CD player and a cassette player. When you play music from this, it's not going to have any sound coming up here to the stage. We don't have any speakers up here at all. There's no monitor. So if I play, I actually like doing it better from the remote. The ready button is a pause, and when I say play, it's playing out into the house. On this it says pause and ready. There's the ready button. I actually like getting it set up and then using the remote. I just find the remote easier to use. And then you can also go through the tracks using the remote back and forth to where you need, and then put it on pause. Likewise, you've got a cassette, if anybody actually still uses cassettes. Same kind of thing on this side. We have 6 channels on this. I only have right now one microphone hooked in. This is the one that's usually hooked in and on and available all the time on stage. Occasionally you need extras. I have 2 microphone stands I usually keep on stage. They're stored in the music room. The microphones and the cables, they're all stored in this box. In the summertime, we should lock this box and put it in the music room. The remote that I showed you is usually in this box. And there are times when you need to hook up, like let's say you do have a presentation on the computer, but you also need sound. Well, you don't need to bring speakers because we've got this system, but you do need a way to turn it on. So I've got this cable. You'd plug it into whatever channel. I mean, you could pick. You've got 5 other channels here. So I'm just going to put it in the 2nd channel. Don't duplicate and put 2 things in one channel. You've got channels to spare. The other end of this particular cable is a 1/8 inch, and it fits right into your computer, your iPod, your telephone, your iPhone kind of thing. Androids probably have this as well. Now, these are individual volume controls for those individual channels. So if you're hooked in here, just go all the way down. This is your volume control. You do need to have these 2 are your master controls. You need to have those up, and then you can decide how loud or soft you want microphones or playback from an iPhone or a computer just from here. You do a little experimenting. The only control for your tape deck is right here. It's a clearly marked CD tape. And when you turn that back on, let me do that now. Louder, and I can turn it completely off, but the system's still on, it's still playing. Okay, I'm going to turn that back off. So that takes care of how you control the volume, when you're using the CD tape, and then you have the master control. Don't let all these other knobs like freak you out. They're like little things. I usually leave FX off unless I have like a solo mic because it gives kind of a reverb. If you decide it sounds kind of dark, play with these top buttons, high, middle, low. You can kind of play with those a little bit until you have the sound that you want. They're usually set kind of neutral, straight up without the FX, and that's usually fine. Sometimes you may have something that needs a little bit different hookup. These are both 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch males. I can't think of what needs to be hooked up except like a guitar, but there may be something that would hook up. I've used an auxiliary system, my own personal system, and I've used that to hook in. So let's go ahead and close this drawer. And we can roll this back. Just another little footnote is the microphone that's always hooked up here, it's on the largest cable, and it's intentional because it can go all the way across one side of the stage to the other. So I hope this will help you know what you need to know. And we've got that covered.